Okay, Nessie. Okay, thanks for getting these in. And, so you're trying to do pretty even lighting, you say, in these. But I'm actually seeing a pretty intense ratio, probably like a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. Not here. Maybe in these first three, he seems pretty evenly lit. But all the rest of them, he's about 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. Which is fine. You know, my interpretation of this assignment is that you should use the lighting setup that you think works best to convey your subject's wisdom. I think this is a great shot as far as a close-up goes, which brings me to my next point. That, you know how I would like to see these? I think would be really effective is closer up. Because we're trying to see his wisdom, not his fragility. And I think that when we see a lot of his body, you know, we see what you described is that he's not feeling well. He's got the position, he's holding his body in a way that we can tell he's not feeling well. So in any of these, you know, if you cropped in considerably closer, trying to do that here, sorry, we wouldn't see the way that he's holding his body, and we would get a better sense of him. You know, and I think that it would be really pleasurable to see the detail of his face. So that would be my feedback on all of them, you know, as I go through your contact sheets. I would like to see many of these much closer in. I know you just did his hands closer in, but I think we'd like to see his face too. Really close. Yeah. You know, especially these where he's reading. Like, you know, a different kind of crop, like something like that could be really interesting. Or even like trying to do it here. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but... because I guess I find these really angled shots, these, you know, I find the camera angle too severe, personally, and uncomfortable. Here, I love it. I think this is a wonderful shot. But I find the other two, the camera angle of the other two, too severe, and and ungrounded. You know, with wisdom, we expect sort of a grounded feeling in the image, and I don't get that from these. I'm spinning, I'm twirling, and so is he. So yeah, so I guess I just like to see him closer up, and I prefer these more grounded level poses, you know. I think that's a lovely composition right there, actually. So that would be my feedback. I think the lighting actually works. I mean, I think you're doing a really nice job flattering him with this lighting and giving us a sense of the years that he's experienced, and I think it's fine. I guess I would just have a different camera angle and a much tighter crop. That's about it. Thanks for getting these in, and yeah, better job giving more space between your background and your subject. However, like with the tighter crop, it wouldn't matter, would it? Okay, thank you, Nessie. You know, I'm sorry, one other thing, if you have one, if you don't have one, get one. Get a solid color background. You know, I always recommend to my students to get one white, one gray, and one black. And like when I say gray, I kind of mean on the darker side of gray, like more like a charcoal gray. Because I think that they're really wonderful to work with. Because what you can do with a solid color background, solid color background, is you can use your light to create whatever you want. You can make a gradient, you can make a spot, you can use a gobo to give the kind of shapes that you've got here that you can't change. You know, so there's a lot of things that you can do. Okay, thank you, Nessie.